So yeah, we're going to start kneeling tonight. So choosing whether you want to sit with a cushion underneath your legs, or choosing whether you want to sit with a block and sitting on that instead. Up to you. Normally just start by thinking. And just start bringing the hands down onto the thighs. Choosing whether you want to turn the palms down or palms up. Closing down the eyes or lowering the gaze. And just start to settle into your body. Take a moment to start to scan the lower extremities, noticing your ankles, your knees. Noticing the back of the calf, the hamstrings and the quads. Becoming aware of any sensations in the body. Start to notice the spine and see if you can gently extend, lift yourself up through the crown of the head. Starting to develop an Ujjayi practice if you have one. Creating an audible breath in and out of the nose. And then keeping the eyes closed if you can, keeping that deep, long breath. I want you to imagine internally rotating the thighs towards each other. So you're going to have to push down with the shins slightly to just inwardly rotate the upper thigh. And sit a little bit taller. Taking one more full, long breath cycle. And keeping the eyes closed, gently lift the hips up, tuck the toes underneath. If this is too much for you to come and sit back down with the toes tucked under, again, you can bring a block across the top or a cushion across the top of the ankles, so you're not sitting directly on the heels, or you can bring a block between the legs and sit on that instead, up to you. And then to distract you from what's going on in your feet, we're just going to gently stretch out the jaw muscles. More and more of us at the moment are finding ourselves quite tight and anxious, and there's a lot more teeth grinding going on. So I would like you to bring the thumbs to just in front of the ears. Clench the top and bottom front teeth together. And then gently start to press in with the thumb and push the thumb in and drag it down the face towards the jaw. All the way down. Bring the thumb back up in front of the ear. Move it slightly further along the top of the cheekbone and push in and down again. All the way down. Come back up to the ear, move in further again, push in and down. Last one, go up and across, push in and down. It's intense on the toes, I know. If you need to sit in a different way, that's okay. Well, we're going to do it one more time along the face. So starting back at the ear, push the thumb in and drag it down. Come back up, work your way along, push in and drag down. Noticing any areas of tightness, any areas of discomfort where you are clearly holding tension. Work your way along. So we're doing 4 long strokes. And on the end of your 4th one, gently bring the hands down in front. Release the toes, I promise they're not broken, and gently pat the top of the feet. And then it gets easier. Okay, we're going to sit ourselves back and find our first child pose. You can keep the knees together, you can walk the knees apart, find what fits you. Just bring the head down. Perhaps invite some movement into the jaw, perhaps wiggle it left and right. And taking 2 more deep breath cycles. As you inhale, slowly start to walk the hands as far forward as you can get them. Lift the hips up, ripple the weight forward into the hands. Good, walk the knees apart if they're not already, making sure they're about hip width distance, and if you've walked them wide, just walk them in a bit. Good, we're just going to start by moving the body from side to side. Moving the hips left, moving the hips right. You 3 are all moving in sync. Shift yourselves left and right. Good. And then we're going to start to make this a little bit more of a cat-cow style. So as you shift to the right, I want you to tip the hips up, lift the gaze. As you exhale, press through the hands around the spine, shift to the left. Inhale, lift the gaze, hips go up, shift to the right. Exhale, pull up and across to the left. One more time. Inhale, up to the right. Exhale, dance your way over to the left. Stay on the left side and swap. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, shift over to the right. Inhale, lift the gaze, shift to the left. Exhale, round and to the right. Last time. Inhale, shift over to the left. Exhale, up and to the right. And then I want you to try and make a figure of 8. And I'm going to leave it with you how you want to move your hips and your neck. But try and draw a figure of 8 with the hips, shifting the weight as far forward as you like. And shifting the hips as far back as you like. But find any movement that feels good for you. Just really easing movement into the creaks and crannies that we tend to skip. When you find your way back to a center point, go the other way. And one more full figure of 8. And come to find a neutral tabletop. Good. Tucking the toes under. Press the hips back and up. Find your way into your first downward facing dog. Perhaps invite some movement here. Perhaps pedal one foot and then the other. And then with your next inhale, slowly start to lift the weight all the way up into the balls of the feet, onto the tiptoes. And ripple the weight forward to find the high plank. Neck is the last thing to lift forward. Lower the hips down, scoop the shoulders back, keep the toes tucked underneath, find an upward facing dog. Good, and then as you exhale, bend the knees, push the hips all the way back towards the heels, and then straighten the legs up. 2 more of those. Inhale, slowly ripple forward to find a high plank. Exhale, drop the hips down, find your upward dog. And then exhale, bend the knees, push the hips back and up. Last time, inhale, ripple forward, slowly move through the vertebrae, through the cervical spine of the neck. Drop the hips down, shoulders pull back. Exhale, bend the knees, push the hips back and up, down the dog. Take a really deep breath in. And slowly as you exhale, start to walk the feet forward towards the hands. As you inhale, lift the hands up, the shins, spine length. As you exhale, bend the knees, fold the body down. Inhale, lift halfway and invite length. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. Inhaling, lifting halfway to invite length. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. Plant the hands down, step the right foot to the back of the mat, brace not too excited. Drop the back knee down. Good. Untuck the right toes, ground down through the right hand, sink the hips forward, and then peel the left arm up, open yourself up into a twist. Take one more deep breath cycle in. And then as you exhale, bring the left hand down to the inside of the foot. Push the left shoulder into the knee and open the right arm up. Good. Tuck the back toe underneath. Lift up the back knee and come onto the inside of that foot. Good. Bring the right hand down. And sink the hips as low as you can get them to allow yourself into a Skandasana style shape. Keeping both hands grounded. Pulling the right toes up towards you, lifting up the right thigh. Take a deep breath in. Slowly, staying quite low, walk the hands over to the back. And swap sides, lift up the front toes. Only going as low as you can, it's pretty early in the practice. Some of us might have found movement today, some of us might not. And then gently walk the hands all the way back to frame the front foot. Good, step the front foot to the back of the mat. And take your first vinyasa. You can choose whether you want to keep the knees up or whether you want to drop them down, entirely up to you. Finding your way back to downward facing dog. Finding length through the breath, through the spine. And then as you inhale, reach the right leg up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, draw the right knee forward. And step the right foot down between the hands. Drop the back knee. Untuck the back toes. This time left hand grounds down, open the right arm up. Take one more full breath cycle. Really peel that right arm behind you. And then as you exhale, bring the right hand down to the inside of the foot. Push the right shoulder out into the knee and open the left arm up. So we'll do the same thing on the other side, tucking the toe underneath the back toe. Lift up the back knee. Ground onto the inside of the foot, sink yourself down into a Skandasana or as low as the hips will allow. Take a full breath cycle, slowly staying low, walk the hands across to the back, lift up the front toes. Making sure the kneecap stays lifted, quads engaged. One more breath in. As you exhale, walk the hands back to frame the front foot. Good, and then step the front foot to the back of the mat. Again, your choice, taking a vinyasa, starting to create a little bit of heat, or pushing straight back to a downward dog, skipping it out. Your practice, your Thursday. Take a deep, long breath cycle in. And then as you exhale, rise onto the tiptoes, slowly start to walk the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, lifting halfway and inviting length. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, lifting halfway to invite length. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. Inhale, lifting halfway and inviting length. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. Keeping the knees bent, sink the hips low. And then as you inhale, sweep, reach the arms up. Good, making sure when you look down that you can see your toes and not your knees. Tucking the pelvis underneath to make sure we're not twerking, and then reach the arms high. Turn the palms underneath you so they face up and pull the arms back towards the ears. Good. Maybe sink a little bit lower. As you inhale, start to straighten the right leg in front of you. Turn the right heel underneath, like a ballet style. Jenny, you'll know this one. Good. Really point the right toe and then slowly start to straighten the left leg, pick up the right leg, keeping the heel tucking under. Good, bend into the left leg, plant the toe back down. Inhale, straighten the left leg, pick up the right. Exhale, bend the left leg, round it down. One more time, pick up the right leg. Exhale, bring the right leg down. Good. Then we're going to drag the right foot all the way around and behind us. Step the foot back, find your first warrior one. Not a pose I typically cue a huge amount of times. If this feels odd on the back knee, please pivot the back foot. If you're feeling okay, keep the back foot down, reach the arms up. Making sure in your warrior one, this doesn't become a back bend. Draw the ribcage in, reach the arms up. Take a really deep breath in, reach the fingers higher, start to straighten the front leg. Making sure not to lock it out, micro bend it, make sure the hips are square to the front. Inhale, reach up, and as you exhale, start to lean the body forward. Turning the palms up towards the ceiling, pull the hands back, really fire up the upper back, good. Take one more deep breath cycle in. Exhale, release the hands down. Walk the hands around and turn the front foot in so both feet are facing the long edge of your mat. Good. As you inhale, finding length through the spine, lifting the crown of the head forward, making sure the weight's in the balls of the feet and not in the heels. And as you exhale, micro bend the knees, press into the hands if they're grounded, fold a little bit deeper. Every inhale, try and find length. Push the hips back. Push the feet down and imagine dragging them apart. And then inhale, lift up halfway. Start to walk the hands towards your front foot, towards that left foot or right foot, some of you. Bend into the left knee. So we're keeping both feet facing the long edge. We've just moved the hands. That's it. Bend into the left knee, keep the right foot grounded, and then straighten it. Exhale, bend into the left knee. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten. Plant the hands down if you're on the fingertips. If you need to soften the left knee to do that, that's okay. Shift the weight into the left foot. Pick up the right leg. Sweep it all the way up and behind you. Jenny, try not to get Grace. Good. And step it behind the left foot. Good. That's it. Walk the hands back towards the front. So the legs should be crossed. Good. Take a deep breath in. Find length. Exhale. Fold over the legs as best you can with them crossed. Inhale, find length. Exhale, try and fold. Last time, inhale, find length. Exhale, fold. Good. Slowly, I want you to pick up the right leg, bring it up behind you. Good. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Drop the back knee. Untuck the back toe. Good. And then start to walk the hands back, straightening the front leg. Keep the toes grounded to begin with. Notice the spine. Notice if you're rounding. And as you inhale, try and pull the left hip back. Pull the crown of the head forward in right leg. Taking one more long breath in. Slowly start to lift the toes. Pull them back towards you. One more breath cycle. Sorry, Rob, you're probably having a nightmare. Walk the hands back, drag the left foot. So you're going to come and sit down on the right heel. If the ankle doesn't allow that, by all means, just drop down to the inside. And if the knee doesn't allow that, turn the foot around. But ideally sitting on the right foot. Pulling the left toes towards you, bring the hands behind. And gently start to push the chest forward. Spread the collarbones. Noticing if you're trying to turkey neck and get your chin closer to your foot, try and tuck the neck back underneath. Good. Take one more breath cycle. Slowly start to lift the gaze, bring the hands in front of you. Walk the hands forward, bend back into the knee. Tuck the back toe. Lift up the back leg. Come onto the fingertips at the front. We're going to shift the weight forward into the left leg, so pick up the right. Good, and then as you exhale, bend the right knee into the back of the left knee. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend right into left. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend it into the back of the left and then keep bending it so it comes all the way down towards the ground. So you end up sat with the legs crossed. Okay, good. If the bottom knee doesn't allow it, you can straighten the bottom leg out. If the bottom knee is fine and you're not feeling a huge amount of sensation, you're welcome to come onto the top of the top foot. The knees probably won't naturally align, so bring the hands in front of you and just slide the knees over one another. Good, okay. If the hip is hugely hanging off the ground, bring the block or cushion or whatever you've got underneath the hip that's actually grounded. It will just help balance the two. But otherwise, bring the hands behind you. Push with the hands, lift the chest forward. Really deep breath in. Long exhale out. Inhale, start to lift the chest to reach the arms up. Good. Got left leg stacked over the right, and we can all thank Jenny for what's coming. We're going to bring the left elbow to stack on top of the right. You can turn the palms towards each other. You can have the backs of the hands facing each other. Keep the shoulders grounded as you inhale, start to raise the elbows up. And as you exhale, try and pull the hands out away from the face. Get into the shoulder blades. Every inhale, elbows rise up. Every exhale, hands away. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale away. Reach the arms all the way up. Bring the hands down by your side. This time bringing them in front of you. If you come onto the top of the foot, you need to plant the foot back down, or you won't have any leverage. Push down with the hands. Stand yourself up. She says, like it's the easiest thing in the world. Good. Okay. And then turn yourself to the right. So the feet will uncross and you should be facing the back of your mat. Great. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bend down. And then just take a hold of opposite elbow and allow the body to hang here for a moment with the legs a bit wider than normal apart. Softening the knees as much as you need to. Maybe nod the head yes, maybe shake the head no, let go of any tension in the neck. Noticing the jaw. And then slowly start to walk the hands forward. Step the feet back. And take a vinyasa facing the back of your mat. If it doesn't suit you, go straight back to a downward dog. Or child's pose, take whatever fits your practice. Take a really deep breath in. Take a long exhale out. Inhale, rise onto the tiptoes. Exhale, try and stay on the tiptoes. Try and keep the legs straight. Really try and hoik the hip up, lift up the leg, step it forward, staying on the tiptoes for as long as you can. Really pressing the ground away with the hands. Good, and then release the heels down. Inhale to lift halfway and invite length. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. Inhale to lift halfway and invite length. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. Inhale, lift halfway, find length. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. Keeping the knees bent, sink the hips down, and as you inhale, reach the arms up again to find that chair pose. So again, make sure when you look down, you can see toes, not knees. Tuck the pelvis underneath, sink the hips lower. Making sure the arms come up and then draw the palms up towards the sky or the ceiling and pull the hands back. Fire up the upper back. And then I'd like you to imagine this time pulling the feet towards each other, pulling the heels towards each other. So we're engaging the inner thighs, sink a little bit deeper. Good. And then as you inhale, point the left toe out in front. And pull the left heel underneath and in towards the midline of the body. Inhale, start to straighten the right leg, pick up the left. Exhale, bend the right knee, lower the left leg down. Inhale, straighten and lift. Exhale, bend, plant the foot. Last time, inhale, straighten and lift. Exhale, bend and lower. Drag the left leg all the way out to the side. Draw it behind the body and then step back to find warrior one on the other side. Good. So with warrior one, always making sure that the hips are tracking forwards. Imagining you had head weights on the hips, sinking down into the front knee, drawing your ribcage in, reaching the arms up. Taking 2 more breath cycles here, pulling the shoulders down the back. And then slowly as you inhale, start to straighten the front leg. Making sure to micro bend it, pull the fingertips high. And as you exhale, start to pull the right hip back, lean the hands forward, hover halfway, palms still facing up towards the ceiling. Take 1 more deep breath in. As you exhale, release the hands down. Walk both hands around to the left side, so turning back to your long edge, turn both feet. Yeah, you got it right the first time, Charlotte, that's it. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bend. And again, imagine pressing the feet down into the mat and pulling them outwards, pulling them apart. Slowly with your next inhale, rise up onto the fingertips. And exhale, last time, fall down deeper. If you have it in your practice and you want to walk the hands through, you're very welcome. And then lift halfway again, find length. Walk both hands towards your right foot. So towards the back of the mat. Good. Start to bend into the right knee, keeping the left foot grounded. And then inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Inhale to straighten. Shift the weight into that right foot. Pick up the left leg. Sweep it all the way up behind you and then bring it behind the right foot. Good. Turn yourself towards the back of the mat. Allow the feet to pivot so the legs should be quite tightly crossed. And then again, try to find length as you inhale. As you exhale, try and fold. Inhaling, pick up the left leg behind you. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, step the left foot back, drop the back knee, untuck the back toes. Straighten the front leg, keeping the toes grounded. Inhaling, pull the right hip back, find length. Exhale, try and fold over the front leg. Inhale to find length. Exhale to fold. Inhale, last time, find length. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, start to lift up the toes. Pull the hands back a little bit, stretch into the calf, really pull the toes back. And again, try and find length as you inhale. Try and find depth as you exhale. And then slowly walk the hands all the way back, slide the heel back so you come to sit on the left heel. Good. Again, pulling the right toes up towards you, bring the hands behind, and slowly start to lever the body forward. So we're keeping a long straight line. Shoulders pull back, hands push the ground away. Make sure you keep pulling the right toes back towards you and micro bend the knee. Good, and then slowly bring the hands down in front, walk yourself forward, plant the foot. Tap the back toe, lift up the back knee. Good, and then lift up the back leg, so lift up the left leg. As you exhale, bend the left knee into the back of the right. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend left knee into right. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend into the back, come all the way down to sit. Good. So again, taking the variation that serves you, whether you want to extend the bottom leg down and out, whether you want to challenge yourself further and come onto the top of the foot and stack the knees is entirely up to you. Trying to make sure both hips are level using a block or a cushion if you need to help you adjust that. Bring the hands behind and gently encourage the chest forward. Noticing if the glutes are tightening, trying to resist what you're up to and see if you can release them. And very slowly bring yourself back up, reach the arms up overhead. This time stacking right elbow on top of left, again turning the palms towards each other. Perhaps it's the back of the hands that come towards each other, doesn't matter which. Shoulders stay down as you inhale, invite the elbows to rise up. And as you exhale, try and pull the hands out away from the face. Inhale, reach the elbows up. And exhale out. Last time, inhale up. And exhale away. Sweep the arms, reach them all the way up high. And then bring the hands down by your side. If you're on the top of the right foot, plant it back down. Push down with the hands, lift up. And then slowly turn back to the left, uncross the legs, come back to face the front. Hey, there you all are, good. Grab opposite elbow, allow yourself to hang for a moment. Maybe invite some movement, swinging left and right. Finding your way back into your Ujjayi practice, the deep breath that we began with. And slowly release the hands down. Tuck the chin towards the chest, soften the knees. We're going to gently roll all the way up, really slowly. Let the arms be heavy. Keep the chin tucked. When you come up, roll the shoulders back and slowly peel the chin up away from the chest and drop the head back as far as it will go. One more breath in. Exhale, find your way into a level head. Chin is level with ground. Good, walk the feet in towards each other. Okay, I'd like you to shift your weight into your left foot and draw the right foot into your variation of tree. Your variation of tree might be the toe is down and you're just working on pulling the knee out and engaging everything else. Might be that you can bring the foot up. Might be that you can get it above the knee. Only bring it above the knee if you can do it without using your hands. If you have to use your hands, put the foot where it goes. We're really working on opening that knee out. Good, engage the standing leg, lift up the kneecaps. Draw the rib cage in, bring the thumbs to rest on the chest plate, the sternum. Raise the elbows up, start to push the hands together, pull the shoulder blades behind you. Really engage the toes, really hug the toes in on the mat towards the ball of the foot. Reaching the arms up as you next inhale. Lifting the gaze if the balance will allow. If you really want to challenge yourself, see if you can close the eyes or squint them. When you're ready, turn the palms forward and cactus the elbows down. Open the eyes if you've managed to close them. Good. Take a deep breath in. Keeping the arms where they are, start to extend them out. Turn the palms down. And then we're going to keep ourselves upright, so try not to lean over to the left. I'd like you to try and pick up the right knee, bring it up towards the right elbow. And then lower the knee and the foot back down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale them down. One more time, inhale the knee up and hold. And then we're going to pulse it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring the foot back, lower. And start to extend the leg back out behind you. Keep the right arm out to the right. Start to drop the left hand down. And then slowly, using that glute we fired up, try and open the right hip, finding a way into a half moon. Bring the right leg as high as you can, using the ground if you'd like to. Press the right heel away. Engage that glute. Take a deep breath in. Drop the foot back, find your warrior 2. Good. Drop the right hand down onto the thigh, turn the left palm up. Reach the left hand forward and then gently reverse back. Take a deep breath in here, and then I want you to collapse the left shoulder all the way down. Bring both arms in front. Bring the left elbow onto the left thigh, roll the right arm up. Good, and then go back the other way. So as you exhale, right shoulder collapses down, both arms drag along. Right hand finds its way onto the right thigh, left arm reaches up and reverses. And again, exhale, bring the arms down. Swap them over, roll the chest open. Exhale, heel down. Flop through the middle, reverse to the back. Good, staying at the back, inhale, reach yourself up, find warrior 2. Good. Sink a little bit deeper. Take a deep breath in. Cartwheel the hands down. Turn onto the ball of the back foot. Okay. From here. That was good. We're going to try and pick up the back leg and swing it straight through. Do not touch it and collect 20 pounds. Grab onto the foot and try and come up to standing. You might need to bend the knee. That's okay. How are we doing? Good. Okay. You can choose to hold on to the foot. You can choose to extend it and keep the arms out. Up to you. We're going to lower, bending that left knee, lowering all the way down through a pistol squat to seated. Yep, I threw a pistol squat into a yoga class. Good work. Find your way down. That's right, I'm not going to make you get back up via a pistol squat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Wrap the right arm around the left knee. Bring the left arm behind you. And take a twist. Keeping those right toes pulling towards the shin. And then slowly inhale, come to face forward. Take a hold of the knee, point the right toe. We're going to slowly roll back. Bring the knee in towards the chest. Good. Take a few deep breaths here. Just draw the left knee in. Notice if it wants to wing out towards the armpit of the left shoulder and just try and keep it directly in line. And slowly bring the right knee in. Release your grasp of the legs, and I'd like you to bring both arms behind you. Try and get the backs of the hands down if you can. Right, there we go. Okay. Straighten the legs up towards the ceiling. Pull the toes back towards you. There are options here. Please take the one you're most comfortable with. Option 1 is to re-bend the knees and use your abdominals to just lift the hips slightly as if you were trying to squeeze the knees towards the armpit and then straighten the legs slightly down. Option 2, if you're used to rolling up and down along the spine, I want you to roll. Use the abs, roll the legs behind you as if you're coming into Halasana. And I want you to keep the thighs as close as you can to your chest and your stomach as you roll back down. Hips come down, arms stay where they are. And then straighten the legs down, keeping the rib cage hugging down towards the ground. And then go straight back up, don't let the feet touch. Lift the hips up if you can, or bend the knees. Hug the knees towards the armpit. Legs come behind you. Hug the thighs in, really compress, slowly come down. Keeping the legs together. And let the legs lower down, keep the lower back engaged. This time I want you to lift the legs back up towards the ceiling. If you're bending the knees, instead of bringing them in towards the chest, I want you to go wider. If you're working with the legs straight, I want you to roll back, open the legs wide. Keep the arms where they are. Same again. Think about hugging the thighs in and open yourself. Hips come down, legs lower. When the legs come down, draw them together and slap them down. Good. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Wrap the arms around the shins or around the knees. And just take a moment, rocking left and rocking right. Starting to roll up and down along the spine. Coming to a seated position. Okay. You can choose. If you want to try and do a pistol squat to get back up, you're very welcome to. Extend the leg out, you know what to do, get yourself up. Otherwise, cross the legs and stand back up. No takers for a pistol squat. Go on, Jenny. So that ain't the attempt. Okay, find your way back up to standing. Bring the hands down by your side and close down the eyes for a minute. Just reset the breath. Finding engagement through the feet, pulling the toes in. And then swapping sides, drawing the left foot up to find your tree pose on the other side, blinking the eyes open if you've not already. Making sure to really try and pull the left knee out no matter where the foot is planted, and press the foot into the leg, press the leg back into the foot. Sorry, I've turned ends so that I don't end up facing away from you. Draw the ribcage in. Bring the thumbs to rest on the chest and really breathe up into the thumbs, raise the elbows up. Pull the shoulder blades behind you and together and press the hands. As you next inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Maybe see if you can lift the gaze up. Maybe see if you can squint the eyes or maybe close them all together. Slowly cactus the arms down to about shoulder height. Good, and then with your next inhale, I invite you to pick up the left knee, try and bring it up towards the left elbow. And exhale, lower it down. Inhale, pick it up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, pick it up. And then pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to bring the leg down, straighten it behind you. Reach the arms out. And finally, open yourself up. By all means, if it makes it more attainable for you, when the hips are still square, bring the hands down. And then just work on opening the left hip and maybe picking up the left hand. Make sure the heel presses away so you're engaged through that left leg. Lift the leg as high as you can. Good, and then step the foot back, find warrior 2. Sinking into that knee. Good. Drop the back hand down, turn the front palm up, reach forward. And then reverse back. Take a slow breath in. As you exhale, you know what's coming. Gently peel the right shoulder down. Release the left hand. Roll yourself open the other way. Exhale, peel the shoulder down. Roll the arms across. Open up to the back. Exhale, calm down. Peel yourself open. Last time. Exhale to come down. Peel open at the back. Good, and then inhale, pull all the way back up to find your warrior 2. Good, sink down into the front knee. Take a deep breath in. Cartwheel the hands. Turn onto the ball of the back foot. Pick up the back leg. Swing it through. Take a hold of the foot with one or both hands and try and come up to standing. If you need to bend the knee, it doesn't matter. Good, and then either keeping a hold of the foot or bringing the legs up. Slowly start to bend the left leg. Come all the way down to a seated position. Good. There's a few splats, I'm loving it. Okay. Wrap the left arm around the right knee. Bring the right hand behind you and gently twist over that back shoulder. Keeping those left toes active. As you inhale, bring yourself forward. Take a hold with the right knee. Roll yourself back, bring the knee in towards the chest. Pointing the right toes, making sure again that that knee is tracking straight. Notice whether the ankle has sickled in, whether you can pull the ankle out to match the direction of the knee. And slowly start to bend the left knee, hug that into. Okay, we're getting near the end, so we're not going to do any more ab work. You can choose here. I don't normally teach shoulder stand. However, that's because I'm normally in a studio where everyone can see everyone, and I feel people are more inclined to take something they don't know how to do. So I'm not going to demonstrate it. If you know how to safely move into a shoulder stand, you are welcome to take it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you are going to join me and we are going to straighten our legs towards the ceiling and we're staying here. If you want to intensify this because you're familiar with legs up the wall, you can always bump the hips up and bring the hips down onto the cushion to get a bit more elevation. You choose. Take what fits your body, your practice. But we're working with the legs up. So Alex, with your legs behind you, pop it, try and bring them up. So we're in a shoulder stand. That's it. Yeah, or Jen, any other inversion. Nice. If you're in a shoulder stand, hug the elbows in closer towards each other. Try and walk the hands lower down the back towards the shoulder blades. And then pull the feet the other direction to the way you think is straight. There you go. Nice, guys. Good. Nice straight line. Nice, Jenny. Push that a little bit harder with the left forearm, Jen. Yeah. Take 2 more breath cycles. If you've taken a different inversion, slowly make your way out to your counter pose. If you've taken shoulder stand or legs up and you've got prop underneath you, remove the prop first. If you're in a shoulder stand or legs up, I want you to slowly lower the legs all the way down. Push down with the forearms. Walk the hands underneath your bum. Push down with the forearms. We're going to find fish pose. So just opening up through the chest, point the toes and extend the head back. If this feels too intense, by all means bring a block underneath the head to support it. Or if you're able and comfortable holding the weight of your head, please just tuck your chin in as if you're trying to create a double chin. But really peel the shoulders open. Take 2 more breath cycles. And then slowly allow yourself to lower all the way down. Wiggle the hips from left to right. Release the hands. And you're all grown adults, so you may finish however you want to finish. You are welcome to take a twist either side. You're welcome to bring the feet up towards the ceiling and take a happy baby. You're welcome to take anything else that serves you before you find your way into Shavasana. You can take the twist gently, start to swap sides. And when you're ready, slowly finding your way onto your back. Putting back on any layers that you want to before we finish. And then when you're ready, planting the feet, straightening the legs all the way down. Bringing the hands down by the side of the body, turning the palms up towards the ceiling or the sky. Hug the shoulder blades underneath and really open the chest. Just take a moment with the eyes closed. Start to observe the body. Noticing the toes. Noticing the ball of the foot. Noticing the outer blade of each foot. Noticing the parts of the heel in contact with the mat, and perhaps just observe whether they're even left to right. Drawing your focus to the inner arch, the whole base of the foot. Slowly start to draw your attention to the front of the ankle. Trace your way up the front of the shin. Bring a focus to underneath the kneecap, around to the sides of the knee and back down the calf. Again, noticing the contact points, noticing whether they're even. Start to trace your way up the outside edge of each calf. And all the way up the outside edge of each thigh, up the IT band. Trace your way around the front of the hip, and down the front of the thigh. Noticing the front and the top of the knee, and tracing your way around the back. As your attention moves up through the back of the thigh to the hamstrings, just become aware of each one. Notice the glutes and just really soften them. Let the lower body soften and feel heavy. Start to become aware of the top of the hip. Become aware of the back. Gently start to trace your way up through the vertebrae, noticing which ones are in contact with the ground. Feeling the weight of the back of the shoulders. Then tracing your way down the back of the arm. The elbow, the back of the forearm, into the back of the hand. Becoming aware of the fingers and your thumb. Noticing the inside of the palm. Noticing the inside of the forearm and the crook of the elbow. Noticing the front of the bicep as it traces its way up. Joins the collarbone. Drawing a line across the collarbones so they meet. Really allow the whole of the lower back and the upper back and the arms to just rest and feel heavy. Notice the head. Invite the tongue down from the roof of the mouth and perhaps gently part the teeth. Notice any tension in the eyes, the forehead, and try to soften. Bring the focus into the back and side of the neck. Into the sides of the body, side of the hip. As you inhale, slowly become aware of where your breath follows, where the breath leads and fills. As you inhale, softly trying to expand the belly. Breathe width into the ribs, breathe out into the back and front of the body, lifting up off the mat for a moment. And as you exhale, ground the body all the way back down. Inhale, filling the belly, the front and back of the chest. Exhaling back down. One more time. Inhale, filling all the way up. And exhaling all the way back down. Just allow the body to leave the natural breath of rest. Eyes closed, very slowly start to invite some movement into the fingers. Some movement into the toes. You feel ready as you inhale, start to slowly reach the arms up overhead and behind you. Stretch yourself out from end to end. And then keeping the eyes closed, start to bend the knee. Roll onto your left or your right side, curling yourself up into the wall. Pausing here for a moment. And when you feel ready, start to straighten the top leg, keep the eyes closed, push down with the top hand. And gently, slowly push your way up to a seated position on your mat. Finding any position comfortable for you. Bring the hands to rest, maybe on the knees, maybe on the thighs, maybe in the seat of the lap. And gently drawing yourself high, lift up through the crown of the head. Take a really deep, full breath in, fill the belly, the chest and the collarbones. And exhale, open the mouth, side out. Inhaling, fill the belly, the chest, the collarbones. Open the mouth, sigh it back out. One more time. Inhale, fill all the way up. Exhale, sigh it all back out. Find your own breath cycle. Gently lift the corners of the mouth and just notice how it makes you feel. When you're ready, extend the arms out in front of you, rub the hands together to generate some heat. Bring your fingers over the eyes. Blink the eyes open into the darkness behind the hands. Slowly start to spread the fingers that light back in. And when you feel ready, release the hands down. Namaste. Thanks, guys.